Hello everyone, Blue here. It's been a while. My work schedule's been pretty hectic lately, so I haven't gotten to do as much recording, and more importantly, I haven't gotten to do as much editing as would have liked to lately. I haven't played any more of Saira, and so I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to kind of skip the rest of Saira for now. I'm going to go back and play some of it later, and I'm putting together an episode on the Bureau XCOM Declassified because, one, I wanted to, and two, I recorded an hour of footage that was an entire mission entirely by chance, and it seemed like the perfect opportunity to go through it. It's an interesting game, it's fun and competent, but in my opinion, it doesn't quite deliver on what I think XCOM is based on my one encounter with it in Enemy Unknown, which I really, really enjoyed. So it's going to be a lot of me talking about what I wish could be better. However, do know that I still think it's a fun game. It's just not one I would recommend picking up for $60, especially if you're an XCOM fan. Anyway, I'm going to let the gameplay take it away. I'll sprinkle in a bit of commentary here and there, and I hope you enjoy.
Doctor won't do us much good if you can't get us out of here.
That's a solid copy, Carter.
Understood. First we take out the AA gun and get you back in the air. Then we find Dr. Weir and get him out of here. Set up over there.
On the move. I'm here.
Get to your position.
Moving now.
Use that cover.
Heading there. Ready.
At this point, I thought there would be enemies, but it turned out there really wasn't anything
Ready up
going
and
on
cover.
for a while.
Ready.
Use that cover.
On the move.
Ironically, at no point during the rest of this game, outside of this mission, do I ever use these F1 commands. They wind up being incredibly useless.
You hear that?
Set up over there. It came from the diner. Eyes peeled, weapons ready.
I wonder
Let's
if this
go.
is the door I'm supposed to go in.
This can't be happening.
You there. You alright? Hey!
Can't be happening.
Christ.
Everyone's
Hold fire.
dead. Everyone's dead.
Falk, can you hear this? There's somebody here. Looks like one of the infected, but he's not hostile. It's like he's just, I don't know, switched off.
We'll need to examine him after the area is secure. Your priority is Dr. Weir. Keep moving.
Get set up and cover.
Heading there.
Ready.
My God. These people never had a chance.
Sometimes latching on to cover is a little bit difficult, which is why I sometimes just kind of stare down at an object.
Use that cover.
Moving.
Ready.
Carter, you got a 20 on that AA gun?
Still working through the streets. It's a mess down here. Come on back, gentlemen.
Regrouping. Yes, Commander.
Oh look, a ledge that I can easily climb back up, but I can't. Progress.
We have eyes on the AA gun. Moving in.
Over there. On my way.
Open fire, they don't see us. The best way is to surprise them with an attack that will get nothing done.
Looks like that's the bastard in charge.
Enemies engaged. They're holding that area.
Get that bastard's attention.
Come on, you dumb bastards!
Get those stims ready.
Stamps ready!
At this point, I was still trying to use the mouse for this interface.
Attack!
This game has some really weird interface problems where they didn't port it very well to PC, so some of the things you have to do in order to get abilities to trigger can be kind of frustrating because the mouse will often conflict with the keyboard, and then you wind up switching between people when you don't mean to, etc. It's really, really frustrating.
I'm just getting started.
I'm out! There go the shields!
Enemy down! Boom! Cover there!
Repositioning!
Another point where cover kind of gets me screwed.
I'm ready! Enemy falling back! Take it down!
It's mine!
Attack! Confirmed!
That's the Rosebud! In place!
And stay down! Attack! Copy. Targeting. Focus on that.
Once you actually select an ability to use, the mouse interface works perfectly fine. It's just before you select an ability to use, the mouse and the keyboard can both be used, not in tandem, just kind of fight each other for control of who you're going to select.
Keep the pressure on him. Boom! Grenade!
Draw its fire.
Hey, over here, asshole!
Stims! Activating stims! Got one!
Take cover.
Moving!
Get down. Get the hell off my planet.
I'm ready! They're pushing! What do we do?
Attack!
Taking aim!
Take cover there!
Moving! Take cover! Grenade! I can't take much more! Location reached!
Walk it off!
Get that bastard's attention.
Come on, you dumb bastards!
That's your target!
It's mine!
We need a boost!
Can't take much more!
Cover there!
Copy! On my way! Target is down! Location reached!
Die. Take it down!
Targeting now!
One thing that always kind of confused me is it's like, so the drop pods are supposed to signal reinforcements, yada yada. It's actually fairly difficult to get to them and kill them before reinforcements come. It's not something you kind of just say, oh yeah, I'll just take out this drop pod, because half the time either you can't target it with people, or they just, you have to fight through like waves and waves of guys before you can actually reach it, and it's already deployed all its troop. So I never found it really an interesting thing that they did where they dropped these drop pods that could be targeted. I didn't understand why they did it.
Focus on that one.
Maybe if I had a sniper in my squad more often, because in the end of the game I only used an engineer and a support because that's all you really need. But maybe a sniper would have better luck.
You deserve.
Supporting in the heavy though, not so much.
All targets down.
I was a little confused with this menu simply because I wasn't expecting them to only give me one
Lift
option.
an enemy from a distance, pulling it up and out of cover. While in the air, targets are disoriented and extremely.
Falk, that's the last of them. Moving to the AA gun.
Copy. Shut down the cannon. Make your way to Dr. Weir, and keep your eyes open for enemy reinforcements.
One thing that really annoyed me in this game, and which I'm trying to do here, is to conserve ammo. I didn't understand why they let your squad mates have infinite ammo if they made you have limited ammo. It felt like a really unnecessary mechanic, especially compared to the fact the enemy unknown gave you unlimited ammo, and that worked perfectly fine. There's really no reason to limit your ammo, especially later on in the game when you have weapons. I understand some of them, like the blaster launcher, because it's a rocket launcher. You don't just want to give infinite ammo for that. But for things like the sniper rifles and the shotguns, I don't understand why you had to, hold your shots and try to make every shot count. Like, give it a reload time, sure, but I guess make it longer or something. I just was really frustrated with the fact that I was running out of ammo and felt that I had to, use my weapons conservatively rather than trying to give suppressing fire, for example. That just isn't a thing you can do because you don't have enough ammo.
Damn, it's locked. One of you needs to.
I have no idea how it works, but you need to hotwire it.
Get this door open, Agent. We'll cover you.
Yes, sir.
Which means you know there's going to be enemies.
Heads up, more incoming.
Why they had such a limited move range for that, like a range for the move order, I have no idea. They can move across the entire map, why not let them give orders to the entire map? Grenade throwing, mine throwing, whatever, but why could... I don't understand why I couldn't move them wherever I wanted.
Draw its fire.
Hey, over here, asshole! I'm hurting
Walk it off.
Potter, is that cannon down yet?
Working on it. Hold your position, Barnes.
Why he's all the way over here now, I'm not quite sure. I told him to stick in one place, and then he's halfway across the map. I don't know what made him move, but it's really annoying when that happens. Luckily, reviving is one of the simplest things you can do, because they come back with almost full health. I think it depends on how long it takes you to revive them. either way, reviving is stupidly easy, and you have unlimited revives, so there's really no penalty for letting them die so long as you can get to them fast enough, which you always can.
Take it down!
It's mine. Repositioning.
Also, the agent up there doing things with the door never actually can take fire. I was confused by that. It's not actually a defend objective. It's a just defeat the horde objective, which I thought was really disappointing. Because you do one or two of these throughout the game, and it never changes. It's always this sort of... See, I ran up here to try to kid him because I thought he was going after my engineer. Turns out he wouldn't. I could have just sat there forever, and he never would have died. From what I understand.
All targets down.
And what do you know? He just finished opening the door.
Got it.
How convenient.
It's open. Let's move.
It's a good thing they have these, like, single-button doors in this game, because otherwise we don't know how alien technology works. This is the freaking 50s. I wonder if it has a self-destruct button.
Barnes, the
Oh, no, it just has, like, a
Copy that.
off
I'm
switch.
inbound.
Good work, Carter. Hold your position until Barnes can get a visual on Dr. Weir.
No time. We're moving on.
I said wait for recon.
We don't have time to waste.
Damn it, Carter, hold your position and...
Looks like we lost connection. What a shame.
Yeah, real shame. I'm gonna see if there's a way through the bank. I'll link up with you on the other side.
Copy that. Be careful.
Alright, so that's about it for this play session. I've got 45 more minutes of it, and it does get a little more interesting. The game is interesting throughout, to be fair. The story's, you know, moderately interesting. It's a nice sci-fi story, kind of cliche and contrived, but hey, if you're looking for something fun and straightforward, it is certainly fun and straightforward. There are, not very many twists. It's all just fairly standard, so the story's passable. It's not exactly what I wanted out of it, but it suffices. Later on, and I'm not quite sure if I get to it in this play session, but there are some significant problems I have with the way this game handles your armory and giving you upgrades. And some of them I've gotten to, like the oddities in the cover system and the command issuing and the AI handling is a little bit weird. It's one of those things that I find pretty frustrating. There's some enemies we'll get to later that also have significant problems in their design, I feel, just because they don't feel very fun to fight, and they don't feel interesting to fight like they did in Enemy Unknown. I think it's a muton that we'll see in this level. We might actually see a sectopod. I don't know. They kind of just throw them at you. And you're expected to be able to deal with these things very early, which just speaks to some of the weird weapon imbalances they have. Because in Enemy Unknown, there was a very specific progression from ballistic to laser to plasma. And as you went, you needed to upgrade to these because they allowed you to fight tougher enemies like mutons. If you were taking ballistics against mutons, you were not going to have a good time. You can do it, it's just really hard. In this game, you're almost better off just taking the early ballistic weapons rather than the early laser weapons, which is all you really get. You don't really get plasma as far as I can tell. So there's some weird things like that that'll happen later, and I'll talk about that more in depth once we actually start reaching some of that content. For now, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.